And since he had covered it in a blanket, the Mona Lisa off the wall and slipped out of the museum. The Mona Lisa off the wall and slipped out of the museum. And since he had covered it in a blanket, nobody paid attention. He smuggled it home, stashing it in the false bottom of a trunk and sliding it under his bed. Newspapers announced the heist, making the Mona Lisa instantly famous. For 2 years, the painting stayed hidden, until finally the thief took it to Italy to try and sell it. But the collector knew it was stolen and alerted the police, and the painting was returned more valuable than ever before. He pulled the Mona.
Did you know? Did you know a piece of bubble gum can save your life? Yep, by taking the foil from gum and then some batteries out of a flashlight you hopefully have if you're stranded, you can cut the foil into this hourglass shape with a very narrow center. And by placing the foil on the tips of the battery, you can create a small current that will heat the foil just enough to spark a survival fire if you're ever in a dire situation. Subscribe to survive. Did you know
When he proposed, he
Do you guys want some pasta?
Yes. We said pasta. Why are you using the bread?
Are you cooking?
No.
So shut up.
Is he putting the milk back? This is hot bread.
I can still hear you.
What about the sauce?
Are you cooking?
So this is the pasta?
From old bread.
Oh, so good. Approved.
Not yet.
These are the top 5 most dangerous once-in-a-lifetime phenomena, and the last one is truly terrifying. And if you like and subscribe right now, you'll have...
If you stick a Q-tip too deep into your ear, don't think you're actually cleaning it. You might be making the problem worse. Most people believe Q-tips remove all the wax, but what you're really doing is pushing it further inside. Others twist it around, but that can scratch the skin in your ear or even tear your eardrum. So what should you do instead? I'll tell you. But if you don't want to end up like this, tap the like button, click subscribe, then share. And when you tap the copy link, this amazing thing never happens. Here's the real fix. Put a few drops of warm mineral oil or saline inside your ear to soften the wax and let it come out naturally. Be honest, do you still use Q-tips too? If you stick a Q-tip too deep into your ear...
You know how you can stand on the happy gas like a normal block? Well, it's actually only solid when the player is on top of it, which is actually really useful. Like if you throw an item on the happy gas while standing on it, the item will just land on top. But if you step off the happy gas, the item will fall through. This doesn't seem too useful, except for the fact that it also works with mobs. If you're standing on a happy gas with other mobs and walk off, the mobs will fall through. So what you can do is dig a hole in the ground and lead a happy gas to it. Then you can dig further down and attach the happy gas to a fence. Since the happy gas is exactly 4 blocks long, it will fit perfectly in the hole. Now you have an entrance to your house that you can walk on, but any mob will fall through. You know how you can stand on the
What happens when you shine the world's brightest flashlight on the world's darkest black? This material is called Black 4.0. It is currently the darkest black color in the world. According to claims, it absorbs 99.96% of the light that hits its surface. To understand how extreme this is, you can look at this tomato or this car painted with it. So how bright is the world's brightest flashlight? Exactly 100,000 lumens. To give you a clearer idea, if you turned this flashlight on your balcony in the middle of the night, the street animals would think it was morning. So what would happen if we combined these two? Apparently it would cause a fire. What happens when you shine?
Try na to.
Maturity test. If you smile, you lose. Level 1 easy. Level 2 normal. Level 3 medium. If you're already out, like the video for an extra life.
Mire, aquí parece que hay algún incendio en ese edificio. Oh, llegó Superman. Oh, super.
Level 4 hard.
Rola. Rola. Rola.
Hola. Last level. Subscribe if you made it this far. What was your score? Maturity test. If you smile, you lose. Level 1 easy. Maturity test. If you smile, you lose. Level 1 easy. Level 2 normal. Level 3 medium. If you're already out, like the video for an extra life.
Mire, aquí parece que hay algún incendio en ese edificio. Oh, llegó Superman. Oh, super.
Level 4 hard.
He left to sell cattle, but never came back. For years, his family searched tirelessly, and thinking he died, they even held memorials for him. But 30 years later, he suddenly reappeared, wearing the same exact clothes and holding the train ticket from the day he went missing. He couldn't remember anything from when he was gone and insisted that he was home all along. Now, some think he was kidnapped by aliens, while others think the government took him for secret testing, but to this day, no one knows where he was for those 30 years.
If you plant Chinese bamboo, you won't see it grow for 4 years. The ground stays completely flat. Neighbors might laugh, saying you're just watering dead soil. Many people even quit by year 3, but they don't realize what is happening underground. You see, the bamboo is secretly building a foundation, growing massive roots to withstand the weight of its future success. Then, in year 5, it explodes, growing 80 feet in just 6 weeks, proving that the most important growth is often invisible. If you plant Chinese bamboo, you won't see it grow for 4 years. The ground stays completely flat. Neighbors might laugh, saying you're just...
Which donkey is rich?
When it's time to cut a plaster cast, the doctor brings a fast-moving saw right next to your skin. Yet, there's no pain, and not even a single cut on the skin. Because here, it's not about the doctor's careful hands. The real magic is hidden inside a tool called the cast saw. It doesn't spin like a normal power saw. It only vibrates rapidly, about 3 millimeters. With the force of these vibrations, it can easily cut through hard materials like plaster, or even wood. But when it comes to skin, the whole story changes. Our skin is soft and flexible, so the tiny teeth of the blade just can't grip it. Instead of cutting, the blade only gives a light push to the skin, almost like a gentle tickle. And that's why the tool that looks scary is actually one of the safest saws in the world. When it's time to cut a plaster cast, the doctor...
Why does Granny trap people in her house? Granny is...
If you ever get...
Why does Granny trap people in her house? Granny is about escaping a house from an evil grandma, but why does she trap you in her house in the first place? You see, many fans believe the real villain is Granny's daughter, Angelina. In the game, you can see Angelina chained up and left to die because she poisoned Granny. And because of that, Slendrina casted a spell of immortality on Granny, so nothing could harm her again. But she didn't realize this was a curse making Granny outlive everyone. And the only way to break the curse is for someone else to take Granny's place as the owner of the house, meaning Granny kidnaps people to pass on the curse. Why does Granny trap?
If you ever get bitten by an ant, don't panic. Most people think it's the pinchers that hurt you, but that's wrong. The pinchers are just for grip. So what actually causes the pain? I'll tell you, but if you don't...